All right, let's talk about a huge shift that's happening in digital marketing. We're seeing artificial intelligence pull technical SEO out of the weeds, out of the nitty-gritty details and put it right into the boardroom. This is all about moving away from just tactics and really starting to think about pure strategy.
Okay, let's be honest for a second. If you've ever worked in SEO, does this feel familiar? I mean, you're constantly playing defense, right? You're reacting to the latest algorithm update, you're drowning in these gigantic audit files, staring at a to-do list that just never seems to end. It feels like you're just trying to keep your head above water. But what if there's a totally different way to approach this?
And this right here perfectly captures that shift. Think of it as a before and after. On one side, you've got traditional SEO. It's reactive, it's manual, it's slow, you feel buried. But then look at the other side. This is where AI comes in. It's predictive, it's automated, it's scalable. And here's the kicker, the really important part. It's context-aware. It actually understands what's going on, not just a bunch of rules.
So what are we really talking about here? Well, at its core, AI Technical SEO is all about using machine learning to solve problems that would honestly take a human team weeks, maybe even months to get through. It's not just about finding problems that already exist, it's about predicting them before they happen, understanding what they'll actually do to your business, and doing it all on a scale we just couldn't manage before.
Okay, so theory is one thing, but let's make this real. Let's look at some actual problems. First up, imagine you're running a massive healthcare portal. I'm talking millions of pages. Your biggest headache? Just getting the search engines to crawl and index the most important stuff. So, how does AI help with that? Well, it all comes down to optimizing something called the crawl budget. Think of it like this. Google only has so much time to spend on your site. You have to make it count. And for a healthcare site, this is absolutely critical. AI doesn't just guess, it learns. It intelligently figures out, okay, these pages have critical patient info, prioritize them. It stops wasting Google's time on low-value URLs, and that means new medical research, fresh updates, all that crucial stuff gets indexed way faster. Honestly, that's more than just an SEO win, that's a public good.
But look, this isn't just for giant enterprise websites. Let's totally shift gears and talk about a small business. They're facing what is, let's be real, one of the most stressful moments ever, a full site migration. You know how it is. One wrong step and poof, your organic traffic can literally vanish overnight.
And this is where the predictive power of AI is an absolute game changer. So before the new site even sees the light of day, AI models are already at work. They analyze the migration plan, they look at the historical data, and they actually forecast the potential risks. In a case like this, the AI might flag a huge issue that would have completely tanked their rankings. The team gets to fix it before they launch. The business is protected. It takes all the guesswork out of it and makes it a data-driven strategic move. All right, so we've seen how AI can help with massive site architecture and with managing risk. But what about the content itself? For all the marketers and content folks out there, this is where it gets really cool. We're talking about natural language processing, or NLP. And that's basically just a fancy way of saying AI that can read and understand language just like we do.
So here's how that works in the real world. Your writer just finished an amazing article. Now, instead of them having to guess about the best HTML structure or the right headings to use, an AI just reads it. It understands the context, the key topics, and then it recommends the perfect semantic structure. And the result? Your content team gets to focus on what they're actually great at, writing fantastic content, instead of getting bogged down in code.
So, when you look at all these examples, the huge healthcare site, the small business migration, the content workflow, you start to realize these aren't just a bunch of clever tactics. No, this is pointing to something much bigger, a fundamental shift in what it even means to be an SEO professional today.
And this quote really just says it all, doesn't it? The whole goal is shifting. We're moving away from being tactical implementers, the people who just check the boxes, and we're becoming strategic orchestrators. You're not playing every instrument anymore. You're the conductor of an entire orchestra of intelligence systems.
And this new paradigm, this new way of working, it actually has a name. It's called autonomous optimization. And yeah, I know it sounds a little like science fiction, but it's really the next logical step. It's where all of this is heading.
So what does that actually mean? Well, it means we're talking about AI systems that don't just recommend changes, they actually implement them. They test the outcomes of those changes against your business goals. And if something doesn't work, the AI just automatically rolls it back. No harm done. So the human expert, you're not down in the weeds anymore. You're the strategist. You're the one setting the vision.
And listen, this isn't just some far-off theory. The performance impact is real, and it's already being measured. We're talking about some serious gains.
45%. Just let that number sink in for a second. 45%. That is not a small incremental improvement. That is a massive, massive leap forward.
So what is that number? It's the average improvement in what's called Largest Contentful Paint, or LCP. All that really means is how fast the most important stuff on your page loads for a real person. And making that faster isn't just about pleasing Google, it's about a better user experience, which means lower bounce rates and higher conversions. The AI was able to do this by spotting patterns in how resources were loaded that a human analyst, no matter how good, probably would have just missed.
And that really brings us to the final question, the one you have to ask yourself. As these tools get smarter and more autonomous, you have to decide. Are you building a team that's just managing a checklist? Or are you building a team that's ready to orchestrate a much bigger, much smarter strategy? Because the future, well, it definitely belongs to the orchestrators.